everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you my November TBR. So November is going to be a bit of a chaotic month because I have quite a few things to do for class and stuff, and then I also have Thanksgiving, which I will be home for a week, and then me and Emma are doing something really fun where on the 20th of November we're going to Magic Kingdom for the day, which hopefully I will be vlogging. I'm actually really excited to kind of do that because I've never really done a vlog outside of my home or a video outside of my home, so I'm actually really excited to do that. But it is a bit of a chaotic month, and I still have, I think it's 7 books on my TBR. Yeah, 7 books on my TBR, so I have no idea if I'm actually going to get to any of these, which is a little worrisome, and it kind of questions why I would even put them on my TBR to begin with. But alas, here we are, here I am, and I put them on my TBR. So before this video gets way out of control, let's just start. So the first book that I have is the November Books with Chloe Patreon buddy read that she does with everybody, that she does every month, and that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I told in my book haul that I don't really know what this is about, other than it's about a girl named Poppy and she has to do something for her kingdom. I think it's be a maiden, something like that, and I don't know if she wants that responsibility or anything. But then I was watching a new booktuber that I found, Jody, and I think her YouTube channel is also named Jody, and it's got like a crescent moon. Yeah?
I don't know.
No.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
What did you think I really...
forgot you were filming. Never mind.
Okay. So I'm on Jody's channel, so it's Jody, I believe, with like a little crescent moon at the end. She said something about this being about vampires, which kind of confused me because it's been the first time that I heard anything about it even remotely being about a vampire, or vampires in general, or some sort of vampiric being. So I don't know what that's about, but I think it would make sense because this is from Blood and Ash. Maybe like the originals where they're killed by the what is the white oak tree? It's the stake. Oh, maybe it's that, because there's like a tree in the background now. Oh god, now I'm thinking about all the possibilities of what this possibly could be about. But anyway, yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I have been wanting to read this, and people have said this is great for fans of Sarah J. Maas, so hopefully I actually like it, and we'll continue to the second one. I'm kind of worried because I don't have the second book, and I feel like I've heard that there's a cliffhanger at the end of this one, which would probably be best that I have the second book, but I don't. So we shall see how that's gonna go. If anything, if I finish it and love it, I'll just buy the next one. I have a few releases in November anyway that I want to buy, so there's that. Okay, so the next one, I'm a little ashamed that this is on my list, and that is The Shadow Wand by Lori Forrest. The reason I'm ashamed is because I think in July or something I said that I wanted to read this, and I believe I got about 100 pages in. Was it even 100 pages? No, it was like 85 pages in and I stopped reading, but I do actually like the book and I do want to continue. I just think I wasn't really in the right headspace and like the proper mentality to read this. So hopefully this November I'll be able to. I don't know if I'm gonna reread the pages that I had already read or just continue on. We'll see how I feel when I get to it. But I am excited to continue reading because I've heard that this leaves off on a cliffhanger, and while I don't want to read it because it leaves off on a cliffhanger, I want to read it because I want to know what everybody is like, oh my god, what the heck are you doing? Kind of like thing to the author. because everybody's like very up in arms and like, I can't believe they ended it on that. So it's interesting. So if you don't know what this is about, this is the third book in the Black Witch Chronicles by Laurie Forrest, and the Black Witch Chronicles are the first book basically follows Ellen Gardner, and she's attending Verpax University, and it is home to the Gardnerians, who is what she is, and all of these other magical creatures. There's elves, there's fae, there's, oh god, what else? There's these beings called Celts. There's a whole bunch of different beings in this world, and a lot of them go to this school. However, they go to this school kind of reluctantly to the Gardnerians. So Ellen Gardner is the granddaughter of Carissa Gardner, and she was the Black Witch, the original Black Witch, and she basically freed all the Gardnerians, because before this, the Gardnerians were the enslaved race, and now the coins, basically it just flipped, and the people that were enslaving them they now enslave the other people. And it's a really complex story, but it basically starts off as her kind of not being as prejudiced as the rest of her race, but still sort of having those views of other races being less than and all that. And it's kind of her story of how she comes to understand that that's not true and that everybody's equal, while also figuring out if she is the one of prophecy and if she is the next Black Witch who's supposed to free all the Gardnerians from all of this hugabaloo that is just ridiculous sometimes. But yes, I'm actually really excited to read this, continue reading it. Hopefully I will actually get to read it. Okay, so the next two books that I have go together, and that is The Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Yes, I am still reading The Assassin's Blade. I am very strange with my reading because there's times where I have inclinations to want to read Assassin's Blade, but they never come at a time where I can sit down and actually read, and it's really annoying. But hopefully I will be able to finish this. I wanted to finish The Assassin's Blade in October, but that just didn't happen. I finished 2 books in October so far, and it is October 29th. There's only 2 days left. I'm hoping to finish another one tonight, and then maybe somehow read another 2 or 3 in the next 2 days, but I really, really doubt that that's going to happen. So these have moved to the TBR for November. So my initial plan was, because I want to reread the entire series by the end of the year, which something tells me that's not going to happen, but my plan was essentially to finish reading Assassin's Blade and then read Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight in October, and then read, I think it was Heir of Fire, then Queen of Shadows, then Empire of Storms in November, and then Tower of Dawn and Kingdom of Ash in December. But since then, I think I want to do the tandem read of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. So that kind of throws a wrench in my plans, except for the fact that if I can finish, since I'm not reading Throne of Glass or Assassin's Blade in October, like I didn't finish it, it might work in my favor, sort of. So if everything goes smoothly and somehow I get all my work done early and I get to read a heck of a lot this month, then my plan is to read Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire this month, and then Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash in December. But I have seriously doubt that that is going to happen, especially because I'm going to try and annotate them, and it takes me almost twice as long to read a book if I'm trying to annotate it. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but as of right now, the plan that I'm going to write on my agenda, like on my journal, is to read Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. So yeah. Okay, so the next book that I want to read, I have been wanting to read this for months and I just have not gotten to it, and that is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal, or Faisal. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce her name, but that's how I assume it's pronounced. So this is a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy I know it's enemies to lovers romance, and that it's a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy written by, I believe it's a Muslim woman. I believe she's Muslim. Yes, she's American Muslim. And I've heard that it's really good in its diversity and inclusion of characters and all these things, so I'm really excited to read it. I've been wanting to read it for a while. I got it last year in an owl crate, and I still have yet to read it. Ooh, pretty map. But hoping to read this again. The only thing that I know is that it's a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy. Sorry if I'm blinding you. It's a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy, and that there's an enemies to lovers romance that everybody says is actually really good. Okay, and last but certainly not least, the last two books that I want to read in November that will, like 99% sure will not happen, are A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury. Now, as you can see, and as I've mentioned it, I don't know how many times on this channel, I have read both of these books, but in February, A Court of Silver Flames comes out, and I'm trying to participate in the read-along that Katie's Book Nook and Madison from Paperback Princess is doing. So basically you read one book a month, but I haven't read ACOTAR yet this month, and I don't think I'm going to by the end of the month. So the plan is to catch up by reading both of them in November, but I really doubt that will happen. The only reason that I think it might happen is because sometimes annotations, like doing the annotations, takes a bit of brain power, and these I've already read and I've already annotated, and I'm pretty sure I've caught everything that I want to annotate, unless there's like something that I like pops out at me the third time that I read them. So this should be easy to read because I've already annotated them and because I've read them so much and I know them so well. So I might find myself gravitating towards these because they're much easier to just pick up and read, as opposed to me having to really comprehend what's happening to understand the story for the first time. I've read these multiple times. I know exactly what happens in them. It's just a matter of because I want to reread them. So yeah, I really doubt that this will happen. I'm like 80% sure that From Blood and Ash will happen. But other than that, I really have no idea if any of the other books will get read. But that is my, even though it's only 7 books, very ambitious TBR for November, just because I have a lot going on in November. And as always, I am a book reader, so I pile on the amount of books that I want to read because I can't decide what books I want to read. So yeah, but that is my November TBR. If you have stayed this long, thank you. I appreciate it. Consider subscribing. Please like this video. If you haven't already checked out my recently hauled books, which I mentioned at the beginning of this video because I haul From Blood and Ash, you should go check that out because I haul 8 books and a lot of stationery items. But other than that, I hope you have a good day and I'll see you in my next video.